The medical teams turned the plane into a flying hospital as they flew into the Gaza border to rescue the wounded and sick.
Attaching monitor. Monitor is on.
This was to be one of the largest mercy missions attempted so far during this pause. No minute was wasted as the medics went through their emergency drills, readying for the worst and preparing for everything. On the ground in Gaza, our sky crew was with some of the critically wounded, hoping to get on the flight to safety. The crying is his mother, one of thousands struggling, bolstered only by their relatives' reassurances. Getting any treatment here is tough. The health system has utterly collapsed, so the only chance of life is getting out. Most of the injuries are from buildings which have collapsed after bombing. Many of those who are pulled from the rubble, like Yusuf, are left with bodies horribly crushed and burned. His father, Wessam, tells him they're taking him out of Gaza to get help. "Be strong, my son," he says. "Who will I go with?" Yusuf asks him. "I will," his father says. He's making promises which are very hard to keep. Leaving Gaza is virtually impossible. Even when critically hurt, the patients need security clearance by Israel and Egypt, and a country willing to take them in. The Emirati rescue plane spent 7 hours parked up in Egypt waiting for security passes. It was dark with flying time running out when the cargo of patients and companions arrived at Arish airport from the Gaza border. And this had to be done slowly and carefully. All of the patients are desperately ill, the bulk of them cancer sufferers needing urgent treatment they can't get in Gaza. They were all very dehydrated, hungry, scared and hurting.
The amputations are a catastrophe. Leg and thigh amputations, especially babies. I saw a 3-month-old with both legs amputated. I saw a girl with her arm amputated. It's a catastrophe. This war is a catastrophe.
For most, it was a huge relief to be on the flight. Among them, a girl of about 10 years old with a serious head injury. She's been waiting for a while to be airlifted out. Another who'd had to have her leg amputated. There is so much to think of here because it's not any ordinary medical situation. They're having to cope with people who are seriously traumatized as well. Traumatized and wrung out with emotion, as well as a growing sense of frustration with the inaction by the outside world.
No food, no electricity, no internet, no water. Gaza Strip is complained. Where is the war? What is it?
And so many of the war wounded are still inside Gaza, thousands waiting for someone to rescue them. The organisers had little say in who got a ticket to hope. They had one aim.
Phase one really is saving their lives. Almost everyone on this plane who's a patient would have died had they not been offered the treatment we're about to offer. This is the urgency of what we're doing.
They have a chance now, but they've left relatives and everything they ever loved behind them. And surviving's twin sister is often called guilt. They took more than 24 hours to get here, but with an extended truce also comes extra hope of more airlifts for the badly wounded and sick. Alex Crawford, Sky News in Abu Dhabi.